I don't recognize that, but
just a couple months and all of a sudden the whole office is
and not only that, I'm my coat and strength and stuff like that.
yeah, you don't use it kind of thing.
So I should just be able to copy and paste.
Yeah, I got one. I just realized this is a really bad spot for you to sit probably too. Oh, there's nobody behind you.
So many on here I know that I had it for a while. Years. I got a lot of confidence. Ooh, let me get out of your way. No, you get away with it. He doesn't have a drive. It's easily on what he's saying. I did. There's my question. You can make that right. Take out the concrete all
Yeah, but that's not called laying the lawn, it's called something Oh, yeah, I know. I just couldn't remember which one it was,
I'm gonna sit here next to you. That's all right. I'm just telling this seat is taken. I don't have anything else to leave, and I think. Everybody sign in.
Paul?
Sign in for Paul.
Good, how you doing? Good.
Somebody sit with me?
Nope.
Good morning.
You gotta get this. What the contractor called for this land. What state? It's actually one of the states, but I'm not.
Sign in. Just going around. Anybody else need to sign in sheet?
You were at the fun group. You were at the group. Claire, you were at the fun group. Good morning, everyone. How's it going? So we were just doing a team leader fun group, and that's just your 30 minutes before the meeting. You guys can come in and I will help you with challenges you have, go over some systems, tools, things like that. and we're reporting in on our activities that we know are gonna produce results for us. So, I'll be giving prizes away during that time. And we'll, if you wanna know more, either come or talk to me. I'm gonna start today with a little inspirational video, as we talk about gratitude. You guys know yet what your Ninja 9 activities are? I know we're still learning it, right, where we have it down, but number one is gratitude. And we also know, and I think hopefully you guys believe that changes the frequency that you interact with the world on. So here's one that I saw that I thought was nice. And Jennifer, if you don't mind turning down the
The O means it caught your attention, it makes you present, makes you mindful.
Who's talking about how he
The
does
Y
time-lapse
means
photography?
connects to something deep inside your soul. It creates a gateway for your inner voice to rise up and be heard. And God is that personal journey we all want to be on, to be inspired, to feel like we're connected to a universe that celebrates life. Did you know that 80% of the information we receive comes through our eyes? And if you compare light energy to musical scales, it would only be one octave that the naked eye can see, which is right in the middle. And aren't we grateful for our brains that can, take this electrical impulse that comes from light energy to create images in order for us to explore our world? And aren't we grateful that we have hearts that can feel these vibrations in order for us to allow ourselves to feel the pleasure and the beauty of nature? Nature's beauty is a gift that cultivates appreciation and gratitude. So I have a gift I want to share with you today, a project I'm working on called Happiness Revealed. And it'll give us a glimpse into that perspective from the point of view of a child and an elderly man of that world.
When I watch TV, it's just some shows that you just gotta pretend. And when you explore, you get more imagination than you already had. And when you get more imagination, it makes you want to go deeper in, so you can get more and see beautiful things. Like the path. If it's a path, it could lead you to a beach or something, and it could be beautiful.
You think this is just another day in your life? It's not just another day. It's the one day that is given to you today. It's given to you. It's a gift. It's the only gift that you have right now. And the only appropriate response is gratefulness. If you do nothing else but to cultivate that response to the great gift that this unique day is, if you learn to respond as if it were the first day in your life and the very last day, then you will have spent this day very well. Begin by opening your eyes and be surprised that you have eyes you can open. That incredible array of colors that is constantly offered to us for pure enjoyment. Look at the sky. We so rarely look at the sky. We so rarely note how different it from moment to moment with clouds coming and going. We just think of the weather. And even of the weather, we don't think of all the many nuances of weather. We just think of good weather and bad weather. This day, right now, has unique weather. Maybe a kind that will never exactly in that form come again. The formation of clouds in the sky will never be the same that is right now. Open your eyes, look at that. Look at the faces of people whom you meet. Each one has an incredible story behind their face. A story that you could never fully fathom. Not only their own story, but the story of their ancestors. We all go back so far. And in this present moment, on this day, all the people you meet, all that life from generations and from so many places all over the world, flows together and meets you here like a life-giving water if you only open your heart and drink. Open your heart to the incredible gifts that civilization gives to us. You flip a switch and there is electric light. You turn a faucet and there is warm water and cold water and drinkable water. It's a gift that millions and millions in the world will never experience. So these are just a few of an enormous number of gifts to which we can open your heart. And so I wish you that you will open your heart to all these blessings and let them flow through you, that everyone whom you will meet on this day will be blessed by you. Just by your eyes, by your smile, by your touch, just by your presence. Let the gratefulness overflow into blessing all around you. And then it will really be a good day.
Does that change your vibration a little, you guys? I mean, I know that was like 5 minutes of our lives, and I had an agent one time go, oh, I had other videos at the meeting, my God. But at the same time, if you take that 5 minutes in the morning, get out of your anxiety and get out of your self-doubt and get out of your limiting beliefs and get out of your own way and look at the face of the person next to you, you guys believe that your lives will change a little bit. So, you know, I'm not even sappy, and that gets me a little bit. Age of the week. I did Heath Wilson last week. I don't know if he's here today. He turned in his scorecard, which is, as you guys get that today and talk about it more, and the point system, so that I know that it's going to help him in his business, right? He's showing up, he's doing his work. And so this week for Agent of the Week is going to be Karen Gordy. So let's talk about gratitude. I know we just did it, and I'm sorry to do you another video, but this is shorter and it's going to go fast. So you guys just get present and consider. Earl found this one. This guy was at convention one time. Oh.
Sorry.
He's got a lot of notes. All right, that's okay. Blow it off. We can do it without. Let's go to prayer request. No stress. Earl had another one. We'll send it out on Facebook. You guys will just only be as inspired as that person. And let's see, do I have any? Yeah, that's it. Shelley, can I call you out of the blue and have you lead prayer today?
Yes.
Put you on the spot. Okay, so Hal is doing well, and I'm just gonna go down some prayer requests. Hal is doing well. His mom, is not doing well. She's back in the hospital, but Hal is just still going on with his cancer treatment and still needs love, support, text messages, all of that. He was up at the office last week. Peter Hackinson in the room. How's it going, Peter? You're walking without your cane?
Yep.
Going to physical therapy?
No, still physical therapy.
No physical, good physical therapy.
Yeah, we're doing a little.
Still in pain?
Yep. Torture chamber.
Keep Peter and his family in your prayers, guys. Terry Poole's husband had a blood clot in his leg, so we're praying for him. I actually sold them their house years ago and know Duffy real well, so he's on blood thinners and struggling a little bit from that blood clot. Robert McGowan is on the Mike Berger team. These offices in Walden, and his wife had a heart attack and then some complications, and she's like 40 years old, and she just had to have it pacemaker replaced. Yes. So pray for Robert and his wife. Carolyn Baker had ankle surgery last week. Let's keep her in her prayers. Matthew Mills' uncle.
Carolyn's husband.
Oh, Carolyn Baker's husband, pardon me, it's not on that. Matthew Milk, his uncle is under chemo, so ask that we keep him in our prayers. And then our Ted Jedlowski had some complications from a heart surgery that he had. He had some internal bleeding. And so, anybody else that I didn't mention that you guys know about and think about, want me to pray for? Teresa.
My son, Nat Morgan, he had a stretched tendon and had surgery last March, and he's still not able to walk really good. And we're gonna get a second opinion. I think something's really wrong, so.
I mean, you know,
Pray
when
for
we
him,
think about
please.
our problems and then we think about not being able to walk for 9 months, I mean, gosh.
And then he was told he might have permanent drop foot, which is like this, and that would have just taken him out of a lot of job roles.
Let's pray for them. Greg?
A good family friend of ours, probably my dad's best friend, is got lymphoma, and so just keep him in our prayers.
Family friends for Craig and their family, Claire?
My sister's mother-in-law was in hospice for a while, and she finally did pass.
Oh.
And a real good friend of ours that I worked with passed away last week, and she had just turned 50, and hers was from a pacemaker.
There's too many of funerals happening, right?
Can I have one?
Yes, absolutely.
My 5-year-old grandson is having his 4th open heart reconstructive surgery in March 6th, and we were told that if he had an infection between now and March 6th, that they wouldn't be able to do the surgery, or they would have to postpone it again. I mean, he needs it pretty critically, and he developed an infection yesterday, so your prayers that they clear it quickly and that he's able to have that surgery that he desperately needs.
So pray for that little boy. We're always praying for Jim Clark. You guys know Jim Clark's back in the office and he's doing well. He's just still on recovery from all his cancer treatment. Jennifer Wheeler, if you guys don't know, had some heart problems. She had an infection that affected her heart and she got some results back yesterday and she's still not recovered. So you might not notice it and know it when you see her, but she's not running at full steam. And so I want to pray for her.
Don't stress her out.
Yeah, right. Okay, is that everybody good? Shelley, will you lead us, please?
God, thank you for this day. And God, remind us every morning, just as Anna was talking about, God, to be thankful, to start out with gratitude and to remember all of the things that we sometimes take for granted, but that are freely ours, God. And we pray for all of those prayer requests, and those spoken and not spoken. And God, we just pray for miracles of healing for all of those who need healing. We pray for just breakthrough and provision. And God, we pray that you would sustain them where they are through the hard places. Thank you for all that you've done for us, God. Thank you for your mercy that's new every morning. Help us to get out of our limiting beliefs and stretch beyond what we think that we could do, God. Let us do more and let us do it for your good and for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Now, Texas Homeland is our in-house title company. This is Kelly Clark.
Good morning. Hey guys, I just want to remind you, obviously we all know January 1st, now all your customers that bought homes last year can apply for their homestead exemptions. They have to have their driver's license changed to the address that they bought to get that applied for, but they need to go ahead and get those applications into the appraisal district so we can get those exemptions for next year. So if they need HUDs or they need any documents from us, we'll be glad to get them anything that they need. So remind your customers, and y'all have a great day. Thank you, Dana.
Kelly, they've got until April.
I think it's about April 15th. I've never gotten a straight answer on that, but April 15th is usually what we hear. Yeah, they have until then, but earlier possible.
So what a great thing to do to touch your past clients from the past year, right? Okay, thank you, Kelly. Norman.
I've actually asked Stephanie to take my place.
Stephanie.
Whoa.
So Gateway Mortgage, in-house lender, and this is Stephanie from the Home Branch team, a buyer's agent.
Hi, I'm not a public speaker, so I'm gonna be the first one to speak.
She's nervous.
I used Norman by chance. I'll be honest, I'm not kind of one of those people who has their comfort zone. I have the same people I use all the time. And I've been working with some clients who by chance were working with Norman at Gateway. And it was probably one of the greatest things that happened because I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't have given him much of a chance because I'm stuck in my ways. But he was phenomenal. They weren't the easiest of clients, just very difficult to get in touch with and stay on top of things. And he was with me every time, on top of them for everything. As far as communication, which I know for us, chasing down a lender adds so much stress to a deal. And I never had to do that. With the appraisal, I never had to call, get an update. Is it in? Has it been done? Has it been ordered? And there were a couple times throughout the process, my clients own their own business. So on top of needing personal information, we had to get stuff from another bank on their business, and it was not going very well. So he actually went down more than once to the bank that they needed to go to and ask personally for these documents. This is what we need, instead of having my client have to stress and worry over it, which was a huge help. And then to top it off, we were supposed to close the Friday before Christmas, and then last minute they've informed us that they had planned to leave the country and that day, and therefore they need to close in like 12 days. And I was like, oh, I haven't paid. Interesting. And he got done. He got in there, he worked with the underwriters, and they were able to move some stuff around and do some things, but I was very impressed. I encourage all of y'all to use him, work with him, give him a chance if you haven't. I was very, very happy with the way it worked out. Never had to chase him down, never wondered what was going on, what stuff we were in the process. And he's now one out of my top 3 people I will highly recommend anyone.
You could not tell she didn't like public speaking. And thank you, Norman. So how much does a personal testimony do for you guys think about for your clients giving your recommendations as well? Okay, so we have Duke's home inspector in the house. We haven't seen them in a while. Here, come up, talk to us.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Thank y'all for letting us come talk to you for a minute.
Thank you for breakfast.
You're more than welcome. We're Kim and James Duke out of Huntsville, Texas. We travel a 2-hour radius around. We're already working with some of you guys in here. We try to think outside the box. And y'all hear this in real estate, right? So we try to learn from you guys on how to do stuff like that. So who in here would like to have their inspector help them market their business? How about less liability on each transaction? Or almost none. You can't be 100% because we all know anybody can sue you over anything, right? We have insurance, we have warranties that are included in our inspections that cover you as well as us. We like to do open houses with you guys. If you're on Facebook with us, we're always sharing your listings and stuff like that. We encourage And a lot of listing agents don't like this because they say, the first thing they say is, well, we don't want to know what's wrong with the home, but we encourage pre-inspections. It gives you less grief. It lets the seller know what their house looks like from a third party, you know, from a different set of eyes. And to us, it's just working so much better. I think we just did one for Miss Fulton over here, and we've done a couple now. We actually did her house. It just takes a lot of the guesswork out. You can fix what you want to fix and then put on the table, this is it. You know, we're not going to fix this. So it makes it real cut and dry. But we really like to help the agents that help us because you do send us work. So we're not an alarmist. We don't write huge reports. You get the report the same day. We're a one-stop shop. We can furnish, you know, we can do all the inspections. I have my own Supra, and we can set all that up for you. We have a 90-day buyback, which I know a lot of people smile at us when we say that, but if the buyer moves in and they're disgruntled, stuff starts breaking down, International will buy the home back from what they gave for it at closing. They put it right back with the same listing agent, and they drop it $1,000 a month until it sells. Now, doesn't that sound too good to be true? What this guy did, Nick Gramico, there's 20,000 members. We pay $5 per inspection for that little insurance. They base it 30 inspections a month. With 20,000 members, that's $26 million a year he's making. And he's bought back 10 houses in 10 years. So that is a huge asset for an inspector or an agent that is marketing that house or for that customer, is it not? We do a lot of different things, and I appreciate y'all's time. If you have any questions, feel free to call us, and we'll go over everything that we do for you. Thank you.
You guys get his info, or you have his info, right?
Y'all have our direct card? I need to get that. Thank you.
Thank you for breakfast, right?
And the 18-month home warranty too. Yeah, instead of a 1 year.
Yeah.
Thank y'all guys. Good luck to y'all this year.
Okay, so for your broker minute today, guys, I want to make you aware of something that an agent pointed out to me this week, and I did not realize it. Well, I've had a couple agents point out. For those of you who are have teams, and Ruth, do they have to be a broker? No. Okay, just if you have team members, in other words, you have a buyer's agent, or you're more than one agent doing business with each other, you have to take broker responsibility. They just changed the law. So before you get your license renewed, you will need to add broker responsibility to your education. Barbara Sims found that out the hard way when she went to renew. And any of you who had teams or considering teams or any of that, be aware. Barbara.
You can renew, but they're going to charge you $200.
Or you'll get a $200.
If you don't take the class.
Yes.
That's part of the 18 hours.
My license expires.
It can be part of your 18 hours, but I think it's 6 hours of that 18 hours, and you'll have to do your legal one too.
I took a class online, and it was really pretty easy. I mean, not easy, but I mean, it's pretty quick if you just, pick out about, a day.
So if you've been made, let's look down here. If you've been made a supervisor by your broker for 3 months or more, you need to take the 6-hour broker responsibility course as part of your 18 hours. What if you'd already taken 18 hours? You'd still need the 6 hours, okay? And then read up here for self-apprentice education. This is for agents who are renewing for the first time, active or inactive. You must have a total of 270 qualified real estate courses. So if you're thinking, I'm just renewing and I did my hours when I got my license, and now is it a year or two later that you have to? 2 years later, you're going to need more hours than you possibly thought you did. You need to go look at how many you have and how many you're going to need. Be thinking about that now before the month that your license is out. You panic. Okay, so I just want to make you guys aware of that. ALC. So somebody in the room tell me what the ALC means.
Agent Leadership Council.
Barbara says Agent Leadership Council. What's an Agent Leadership Council? So I was noticing something from International the other day, that the International ALC is voting on something right now in 2019. And if you guys had something at your own office, there's an ALC at every Keller Williams. They are in the top 20% of the production. and they help set the policies and are your spokespeople for your market center. What I call them is servant leadership, because they give and they teach and they bring and they help, and they don't get paid, they don't get anything back, there's no real perks for them. It's to grow their own leadership and because they love giving back. So these 4 people this year, Donna Story is in charge of career development, Brian Richardson in charge of growth, Shelley Faust and Stephanie Miller on culture. So I'm going to encourage you guys as you go through your business, first of all, are you in communication with these agents who are there to help you? I had some feedback from the ALC meeting, and I kind of wasn't going along with the PowerPoint at the ALC meeting, and some agents that were there said, man, we'd love to be able to talk at the ALC meeting. And I said, talk to your ALC. If you wanted something to be trained, if you wanted some bit change, if you, like say you wanted the agent bill to be lower or higher, or you wanted something added to it, I can't change that, the ALC could. So kind of keep your eye on that business part of the office, and also thank them and get involved in their committees. They need a lot of help. So when I talk about your contest here in a minute, your 4 ALC members are going to be leading a team. And so you'll have to see, does everybody get a list of which team you're on? Raise your hand if you do not have a list of which team you're on. The person at the top of your list is your ALC person who you're on their team. No, you have one. Okay, welcome new agents. Maureen Evans. Come back to me, guys. We're going to have on team for a sec. Kelly Duhon. She's on Hobart team. TJ.
Yes.
So her name is, no one can pronounce, so Tigra.
Yeah, like the tiger.
The tiger. Marta Solis. Solis, I'm sorry, Solis. Congratulations, Capper, Lori Parker. Congratulations, Bruce Sellers. Okay, so I had pulled up some personal perspective stuff. I talked about this in a couple of meetings. I was just listening to something Gary was saying last week, and the 6 personal perspectives relating to self-mastery. When we're talking about Ninja, we're talking about self-mastery of your real estate careers, right? The 80-20 principle is coming to work on what matters, on realizing that not everything you do gets you the same results. So on your Ninja 9, I wanted to just have this as a placeholder to play you success number 2. And I think I played this at the ALC meeting, but in any case, it won't hurt you to see it again. Let's turn that light off for me.
Good morning, Ninja Nation. This is Don Tennyson, Master Ninja Instructor. You know, one of our favorite ninja sayings is, it's another day in paradise. Just a reminder, another day in paradise is all about mindset, not geography. Wherever we are, it truly is another day in paradise. It's a new opportunity to have an impact. The Ninja 9 is a list of activities designed to create live flow that's face-to-face or on the phone with the people who know you. Live flow is for relationship building. That's where most leads and referrals come from. This week, let's focus on Ninja 9 success habit number 2, which is show up. You know, that seems pretty basic, but it's amazing how many people in our industry can't or won't show up for work. If you had another job or career before you got into real estate, my guess is there was one absolute minimum expectation you had in order to keep that job, and that was you had to show up for work on time. It's amazing how many realtors struggle with this. So let's break the Ninja 9 habit number 2 into 2 key points: focus and time blocking. There's a shared belief out there that our society today is in a permanent state of partial attention. Do you believe that? When we live in a world of almost constant distraction, much of which is self-imposed, hey, let's face it, most of us aren't naturally predisposed to focus. I think we can all agree that realtors are busy people, but busy doesn't necessarily mean productive. That's why it's so important to build systems into our day that create opportunities for focus. If we want more leads and referrals, we have to figure out a way to set the time aside to stay in touch with the people who know us. We recommend setting aside 2 hours a day in the morning for a total focus on your flow activities. This time blocking activity guarantees you protected time for the lifeblood of any real estate business, which is attracting predictable flow of leads and referrals. Time blocking means the time set aside on your calendar is sacred and you don't allow any distractions. What do we spend our time on during those 2 hours of time blocking? The Ninja 9, those activities you learned at the Ninja installation. That's where leads and referrals come from. Hey, if you're up for a life-changing idea related to focus, give this one a try. How about 1 hour of productive work in the morning before you open your email? We all know email is a huge point of distraction. Give yourself the gift of peace and focus during the first hour of your day. Start with the morning routine. Remember that? Gratitude, read something inspirational, write your affirmation, review your life list, and write 2 personal notes. Then jump into that email. You'll find it sets up your day for productivity and less distraction. Here's to a successful week on the Ninja Path. Remember, TSW.
The system works, guys. So in the busy whirlwind of being a realtor, how is it possible for you guys to spend 2 hours a day on this when you've got inspections and showings and listing appointments and all of that?
You have to do it first thing in the morning.
You have to do it first thing in the morning because your day goes south, right? What if you had an inspection result that came back and you needed to talk to your client? And so it's 9 a.m. and oh my God.
You should have been at work at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so show up, it's a thing, right? Can you guys come in at work at 11 a.m. and then go to lunch and then leave at 1 and you'd be successful, right? And so if you waited until, say, 11 to answer the inspection report that is still sitting there, would it be okay?
Yep.
How hard is it for us not to answer it though, right?
Yeah.
So it's a habit and a discipline. This is what we're talking about with our Ninja 9s.
I was gonna say, also plan the night before.
Planning the night before is
Because
huge.
our days change every day, and like, I knew I had an offer coming at 9:30 last night, and I need to do this, and I have a meeting. Well, that meant my day needed to start at 6 o'clock to get my kids where they needed to be.
And your work expands to the time, right?
Right.
So you don't really change anything besides keeping your focus, and you'll still get that stuff done.
Right.
Okay. So where's my thingy?
What's the cookie?
I know, lots of cookie. Here's your calendar. So when you guys look at your perfect week and your time blocking and your stuff, what are you going to focus on your personal growth? How do you fit that in? Wednesday mornings on your Ninja 9. So I gave you guys a copy of your 16 skills groups. I want you to get clear on what this is. Your 9 to 11 on Wednesday mornings. There's 4 classes. Those are your core principles. You're going to take those as many times as you need to, but that's 4 classes. Principle number 3, your business strategy. So we've been going pretty clear on this, and as I go into my contest, you're going to get more clear on it. And until you have those principles, you need to go, right? But eventually, maybe you won't need to go to those. And then there is, well, here's a leases class for those of you who need to do leases. Beth Gorman, are you teaching that one?
I think you're on
I think you're on the wrong. That's already passed.
That's January.
How about this one? Ignore that one. Okay, so dot loop. So Tiffany will be coming in to teach dot loop on the 23rd. Those of you who do not have your template set up, so raise your hand if you have your template set up inside your dot loop. About half of you. So the rest of the half of you need to be at this class. Here's the Ninja Skills Group, 16 seller step process. So grab your your list of 16 here that I gave you. Does everybody have that? On your table, right? So skill number 1 was your pre-listing interview. Skill number 2, pre-listing packet. How many of you have a pre-listing packet? Okay, about a third of you. You can get caught up on these materials. Don't feel like, oh man, I missed that one there. I guess I'll never have a pre-listing packet. Number 3, listing interview. That's this week. Practice your 16-step seller process. How many of you think you have a fantastic listing presentation? Okay, so that's a good one possibly for you to consider going to, Crow, right? Well, my goal for you guys is to have a listing presentation, have a pre-listing packet, have a buyer consultation package, be professionals and have it prepared, which will also help you not be crazy busy the day you have to go on an appointment because you already have it ready. This is Profit Share. Brian Richardson with the Growth Committee is going to be talking about how to grow your profit. And this is something that I think you guys underutilize and don't necessarily understand. This it's kind of like you're busy selling real estate and you don't need to do this. However, that's just passive income. It could go to your retirement account. There's so much potential there. And Gary says the person who's gonna make the most in profit share has not even joined the company. That's just a big reason that you guys should know it. And then it's my job to grow your tree. You don't really have to do anything. Thank you, Brian, for teaching that. Your never-ending referrals next session on Mondays. Never-ending referrals is on Mondays. There's 8 weeks. And the reason that I want you guys there is to grow your business, your databases. So how many of you have 100 people in your database? Most of you, half of you? Do it again. And you have their phone numbers and you know them and they know you and you can send them a piece of mail, right? So then you guys need to probably scrub it, keep it, you know, do you have it where it's all set and updated? Those of you who have 100, do you have 250? Okay, not very many, but that would be your next goal, your next tier. And then those of you who do not have 100, you guys have got to figure out how to get that as fast as possible. That's the difference in if you go out of business or not. So chasing leads on the internet or something, so much less effective and time intensive and money spent than this. And this is just about if you didn't have clients, how would you have an event? Right? So you're going to get some ideas of some things, especially if you have clients. What else would you say about that one, Ruth? Right, could you have an event and invite people you know? It wouldn't have to be clients. Say you did a movie night.
Well, you can do, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money either. That's the other part of that.
Right. It's an inexpensive way. So the never-ending referrals content, it's a mastery coaching. So it's down to 8 weeks. It's pretty good. I think it's worth it. So that's on Monday, okay? Family reunion this year, 16 to 19. So anybody here watch the live stream that Gary did? I don't know if it was last week or the week before.
I did. I watched it.
So that was 3 hours long, right?
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah. We have it on video, so if anybody wants to watch it, I had Earl tape it for us. And Gary went in for a long time about what's happening with the industry and what he's doing. And then Josh, who's the president now, came in and talked about what's going on with the technology. And they're saying that this convention, which is kind of expensive to go, is going to blow our socks off. If you guys have considered and you're on the fence about going, talk to me because we'll be putting together some stuff for that. Okay. It's going to be in New Orleans, so that's why you're seeing some Mardi Gras theme going around, right? I'm gonna play this. Okay, so I'm still on the calendar. Rick Kinesi went to one of his team. He had us over at Ravina Homes at team meeting. He used to be a KW team leader, and he was also with the group and is a ninja. He is doing new construction at Ravina. He's an on-site salesperson. He's going to come in, speak at team meeting, and then he's going to have a new construction class. So I know a lot of you will ask me sometimes about how to get really in with the home builders and even just your desire to sell more new construction. So Rick is a ninja expert, new construction person. He's going to be talking to you about some of this, and he'll come speak at team meeting. So that is February 19th. Put that on your calendar. 1 to 3 is his class. He's going to have it, I believe, at the on-site sales so he can show you some stuff of the model. If you guys don't know Tiffany, you have not talked to Tiffany about your transaction coordination. As you grow your businesses and you would like to leverage yourself, but you don't want a full-time assistant, I recommend new agents to use this. I recommend seasoned agents to give it a try. One of the hardest things is we have to give up control of, but we need control of everything. That's why I brought her in here, you guys. She's not an employee. She's a third-party person who does transaction coordinations. If you don't know about it, haven't talked to her, just want to make sure you know it. This is your market share. Okay. So this is Montgomery Northwest. Let's talk about market statistics for just a second. So here is Northwest, so I'm at the west side of the lake, right? Area 39. Here's Keller Williams Advantage. We've got about a little over a 7% market share, meaning over the rest of the brokerages. Here's Lake Conroe Realty, Better Home and Garden, Top Guns, and so on and so forth. These are another thing to use in your listing packages. This is another thing where when you talk to somebody about what's going on in the market, why work with me, I'm with Keller Williams, we have the most signs in the yards, we do the most sales, this is per month. So it's just a piece that I like to give to you guys so that you can have a talk with your clients about it. Those are always on the intranet for you. updated each month. So I pulled Area 39, or Earl really did it, I should take credit. I asked Earl to pull it. And so this is Area 39, so you guys know where Area 39 is?
Yes.
So let's read this price range analysis. What's that sweet spot in the red? What does that mean?
Majority of
It's the bulk of the sales, right? So this is December 2018. We're still seeing in that 180,000